All right, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health. Great to see you all. I'll meet you on the mat. Oh, I forgot to mention, just have a block nearby. It is one of those just in case things that we might need for one of our exercises. So I'm just gonna make sure my block is handy. Okay, so coming to mountain pose. Maybe stretching out the base, circling the wrists, rocking back and forth, the ankles, maybe getting a little wiry, rolling out the shoulders, breathing in and out. Nice big grip today. Just kind of letting yourself kind of shake off any excess tension or energy there, and just bringing your attention inward toward the body, standing tall, feeling connected through the floor and through the feet, and rising up through the crown of the head, keeping your chin parallel to the floor. Arms can just be resting at your side or taking one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and tuning into the rhythm of your breath. And really giving yourself permission to pause. Acknowledging everything that had to happen in order for you to be here in this moment, this morning. Acknowledging all those things that still have to be done later. And then coming into this moment, this present moment focus. Establishing our mind-body connection so that we may know our bodies better and treat our bodies better, and so that we may know our mind better and treat our mind better. And with that, we'll release the hands, open the eyes, stretch out the face, just roll up the shoulders. Breathing in and out. I just want to be able to see everybody. Connecting breath with movement. We did a big shoulder class last week. Let's do one shoulder. Big full rotation. And the other shoulder. And today, just because we have a lot of golfers, kind of doing like a bit of a golf focus. So that's triceps, glutes, and core. So that's good for everybody, but in particular. All right, inhale, grow tall, and exhale, take the chin down towards the chest. Let your shoulders be soft. Just take the head a little to the left, a little to the right. And notice if you're kind of going through the motions, like, okay, left, right, left, right, left, right. And see if you can really be with the body and allow for lengthening and extension, so that we can come into this practice with muscles that are nice and warmed up. Inhale, lift the chin, exhale over the shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale over the other shoulder. We'll repeat that on both sides. So we just want to make sure that our muscles are nice and feeling nice and long, like releasing any excess tension. Take the head back, breathing in and out. Take left to your left shoulder. Maybe bring the arms back behind you. Inhale. Opposite side, and we'll repeat that. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale over to the side. Inhale up. Stretch out the face. Good. Let's take our right arm forward, cross it, squeeze the upper arm into the chest. So we're going to really stretch out this tricep, the back big muscle in the back of the arm, reach it up. Scapula action there, reach and lean, a little core action, reach and lean. Bring that hand up and over the head, and as best you can, resist hand and elbow, pull them away from each other, opposite directions. All right, reach up. Exhale. Switch sides. Okay. Press into the chest. Reach up a little. Reach down a little. Reach and lean. Reach and lean. Bring the arm up as best you can. Resist. Breathing in, breathing out. Reach up. And this time, as you exhale, take your hands to your thighs, just forward fold. Stick your butt up towards the sky. Stretch out the face. Start to bend the knees and we'll just rise up. Exhale, our first little hamstring stretch. Okay, let's take our chair so that we can come into tabletop. Wrists under the shoulders, ankles under the hips. Bend the knees and really lift the sit bones up as much as you can, exploring that stretch in the back of the leg, lifting the heart, lifting the tail, big breath in. Exhale, round the back, really draw the navel in, press into the chair, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, tuck the ribs a little, and then moving into cow pose, bend the knees, lift the heart and tail. Following the rhythm of your breath. And again, just noticing, if at all, there's any kind of going through the motions and seeing if you can stay really curious about the sensations in the body. Last one. Bend the knees, let's inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, trace the angel wings back behind you, roll out the shoulders. Move that out of the way. Okay, side stretch. So we'll start with hands at the sides. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, press into your right foot as you lean over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale. So we're going to take it really slow so that we can feel this elongation on one side, contraction on the other. And as we rise up, I want you to feel this contraction. Like I said, we're going to do a little bit of, there's always core, but a little extra core today, in particular, the obliques. So I really want you to feel quite stretched here. And come back. Okay, take the feet a little wide, toes out into the corners, come into that twist. And I'm really into like the spaghetti arms right now, where we're just letting the arms get really loosey-goosey, just kind of letting them wrap around the body. I just like how it feels energetically, but if you wanted to throw your arms up into the corner of the room or find another variation, go ahead, but just keep the spine really tall and explore this range of motion. And release. Great. Okay. Let's do our goddess cross body. So take the feet pretty wide, toes out into the corners, sink down, inhale. Exhale, reach across. Inhale, sink down. Exhale, reach across. Breathe in. Breathe out. And, again, your pace. So when you're reaching up and over, feel that whole big stretch along the side body. Again, lift the navel. Press into the ball of the foot. And last one. And release. Bring your feet together. A little bit closer together. Grab onto your hands. We're going to do like a wood chopping. We're gonna lift the arms up to the sky. And you see how my heel is lifted, inhale. Exhale over to the other side and lift the opposite heel. Reach up, swing down. Reach up, swing down. Reach up, swing down. Reach up and swing down. Now we're going to change sides. So reaching up in the opposite direction, make sure you're lifting your heel, and then switching, lifting the other heel. Reach up, swing down. Feel as tall as you can. And release. Good. Feet are still hip distance apart. We're going to sink down. Exhale. Reach forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice little squat. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to add something. Inhale, reach forward. Lift the navel. Lift the heels. Lift them down. Rise up. Reach forward. Lift the heels. You've got to really lift the navel up towards the spine for balance. Inhale. Lift the heels. Exhale. Release. Inhale. Lift the heels. Exhale. And release. Good. And then coming really to the side of your mat. Feet forward. Bend the knees. Forearms together. Hands to elbows touching. Big step out. Contract in. Expand. Contract. And just going like whatever length you have available. And working on getting that step nice and big. And release. Good. Sun salutation. So taking your hands to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. We're going to walk your feet back, reach the arms forward, sway at the shoulders. Stretch up the face. And then pedal the heels and pedal your pelvis. So keep the heels down. Draw one hip back, then the other, alternating. All right, inhaling, right foot forward, knee over ankle, float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, take the hands down and step back. Inhale, left foot forward, bend the knee over the ankle, press into that back heel, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands down and step back. Repeating, right side, inhale. Left side. Inhale, right side forward. Left foot comes out to the side, bend your knee over the ankle, press those thighs together. Lift the back thigh, press into the back heel. Lift the navel. Hands at the hips to start. Breathing in, heart is lifted. Breathing out, squeeze the thighs. Now just gently come forward slightly. And you see how like the back of my leg and like I've got one straight line, basically from the crown of my head down to the heel, so I'm not coming forward like this. It's just a slight forward, reach your arms back. Internally and externally rotate the arms. Keep the navel lifted up towards the spine. All right, release, bring your hands back, turn your back foot forward, come into another forward fold. Sway the hips. Inhaling, left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side, press into that back heel, squeeze the thighs, hug in the navel, press into that back heel and come forward. Hands on the hips, so it's just a little bit forward. Arms come back again. Internally rotate, externally rotate. Internally rotate, externally rotate. One last time. Release the hands. Step back foot forward, and you're stepping back into that forward fold. Okay, walk your feet back to the chair. And grabbing like a lighter weight, we're going to do that fly exercise, I think, every time now at the chair. So you can grab like your heavy weights that you're gonna use at the knees. And then also your lighter weights that we'll do for the scapula. So coming forward in the chair. Lift the navel, we're just gonna come to that slight forward bend, just like we did earlier in Virabhadrasana 1. Take your arms down at the side, see how they're straight, now bend them a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift the arms and lower down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to lift the arms and lower down. So I'm just gonna go this way so I can actually see you. Just wanted you to see the side view. That's too heavy. Those are 5s, and I find that that's just a bit too heavy. Inhaling when you're down and exhaling, squeezing them up out to the side. Last one. And release. So put those down and then just being careful to hinge and to lift with the legs, not with your back or your arms, to get some nice big weights onto the legs. So taking the weights so they are at the knees, toes are pointed forward, sitting forward in the chair. Soften the shoulders. We'll start lifting and lowering the heels. Stretch out the face. Let's lift the navel, hug in the ribs. Very try to engage the core. And release. So hopefully your calves are singing a little bit there. Move the weights a little bit closer. Not quite halfway. I'm just going to move my one weight like this so I don't bang into it. Okay, so lift the navel, hug in the ribs. Lift, push forward, drop down. Lift up, tuck in and down. Without being wobbly. And then of course you can create like a smooth motion there, but I want you to feel that lifting. The lifting. Weight resistance. That's why we're here, right? So we're pushing that weight up to the sky. Okay. And release. Opposite side. Inhale, lift, push forward, lift up, tuck in. So I just noticed myself leaning back. You know, the body will do what's easier, right? Naturally. So maintaining that focus on the core. Last one. And release. Good. Taking the weights a little bit closer to the middle of the thigh now. Lift up, over and down. Lift up, over and down. So just moving like you're stepping over something, and notice if you're kind of inclined to start leaning a little bit to compensate. Last one. Okay. Changing sides, grow tall. Right, here we go. Isolating this leg joint. Last one. Yeah, okay. Bring, let's put those down. Grab those lighter weights. We'll do one more flat. I'm gonna try the 5s again. I feel like I did them before, but I think it's just because I did a workout before. And I'm just feeling tired, so I'm gonna go a little slower and just see. So growing tall, lean forward, arms at your side, a little bend. Hug in the ribs and the navel. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And inhale down. Yeah, it's actually okay. I think because I was demonstrating from the side, something got a little funny, but still very heavy. So make sure your arms aren't lifting. Your shoulder blades are squeezing together. That is creating the lift in the arm, just like when we do the scapula work with the hands at the upturned palms. Last one. Okay, that was tough. Let's take those heavier weights again. Bring them up to the thighs, toes are forward. So last week we did sitting all the way down and then standing all the way up. Today we're gonna do like the kiss and tell one where it's a little more cardio, where we just tap the butt to the chair and come to stand. So just two different foci. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze those thighs, sorry, the glutes, push forward. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one, you guys. Great, arms at your sides, shoulders are a little engaged, squeezing shoulder blades in toward each other so that your shoulders aren't like being dragged down by the weights. You see that? See, look at my posture. We want this. Okay, safer for the spine. And release. So just being careful about putting those down. We'll move the chair out of the way. Okay, we're going to pick up some like medium to heavy. Bring them up to the shoulders. Come into mountain pose. Sitting back as if you're sitting back into a chair, so your knees aren't coming forward, our hips are moving back. Inhale. Exhale to rise. Inhale down. Exhale to rise. Now this time, optional, a little fancy footwork. Inhale. Lift the heels a bit. Exhale. Rise up. Inhale. Lift the heels. Lower down. Rise up. Go your pace. Release. Okay, so when you're doing this, we're gonna do it like 2 more times. I want you to put a lot of focus on lifting the navel up for stability and hugging in the ribs. Okay. Inhale down. Really hug in, lift the navel, heels up, heels down, rise up. Supercharge the core for stability. And just see if you notice a difference when you put a lot of your attention at the core. Okay. Okay, that was really winding. All right, let's grab some light weights. And we're gonna put a little bend in the knees and come into that little bit of that forward fold. Okay, that same angle that we did sitting down for the flies, except this time we're bringing the arms back. Take the navel and really lift it to the spine and hug in the ribs. Turn, internally rotate, externally rotate. You could put like a little 20% effort tuck in the tailbone just to help to engage the lower abdominals. And release and come to standing. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here. Okay, grab like a medium weight. I'm taking like a 5. Hold on to the weight as if you were going to hold on to an axe. Okay, as best you can. All right, we're gonna take this axe up. You're preparing to chop down a tree, so inhale, but we're gonna do it in slow motion. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Follow through. Inhale, reach up. Lift the heel, exhale, lift the other heel. Follow through. It's gonna be the last one on this side. So switch your grip to what's comfortable on the other side. Reach up, lift that heel. Follow through, lift the opposite heel. Reach up and down. Keep going. I just want to watch a little bit. Yeah. Good. Okay. So looking good for next time. I just want you, I'm going to draw attention. When you're bringing it down, when you come to center, the weight should be about chest level and follow through like that. Because I just saw a couple people like really coming forward like this. See how like that's going to be tricky on the back. So we'll bring the arm, like kind of hug them in a little bit more like that. Okay. So just keep that for next time. Goddess squat with the goblet. So heavy weight. Holding on to that goblet in front of you, like this. Inhale down, expansion. Exhale up, contraction. Inhale down, expansion. This time, exhale up, press into the ball of one foot and lean to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So when you lean to the other side, contract the whole leg, the calf, the quad, the glute. So my weight is stationary. It's not moving. It's just right in front of my chest. I'm hugging it into the chest. So I'm not moving my arms. This is strictly legs. We can make it harder and add the arms if you want. But we'll stick to this. And release. Bring those feet together. And just be careful when lowering down your weight. Okay. Grabbing to a medium weight, but it could also be medium heavy. But maybe just start with medium. We can get heavier next time. Arms are just at your sides, palms are facing just the side of the leg. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the arms up together, and it's almost as if we're making a whole rainbow, but we stop about 3/4 of the way. So extend out to the side, extend. So I'll just come a little closer so you can see. We're calling this the rainbow curl. And release. Okay. Holding on to, let's start with light, okay? Have your block just in case. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this next exercise. So I have the chair here because I'm just starting with the chair to get balance on this outside leg, this right leg. I'm lifting my navel. And then like we've done this a few times today, we're just leaning over a little bit. Well, we gotta protect the back by drawing the navel in towards the spine. Now we're gonna take this weight and circle it one way. Now, we don't really have access to the chair because we're moving the weight. So this is where the block comes in. If you're feeling tippy, you can put the tip of your toe on this block, softly bend the knee, and use that. And then change direction. Really challenging you guys today for balance. And release. Okay, so notice that standing leg. So much weight bearing in that standing leg, great for the hips. Switching sides. You can either take that toe to the top of the mat, inhale like that next, so fold a little bit, soften the knee, and start this pass through. Or no block, and then change direction. I'm really lifting my navel up towards the spine and up towards the heart. And my standing leg is feeling really strong. And this is something we can work up to. And release. Okay. And we'll put that down. Come back to medium to heavy weights for the squat with the heel lift. So if you want to make a different choice this second time around, to heavier or lighter, the choice is yours. Weights up at the shoulders, feet are pointing forward, feet are hip distance apart. Look forward now. Start engaging the core before, okay, lift the navel and hug in the ribs. Inhale down. Exhale, lift the heels, lower down, rise up. So I can't lower down as far as I usually do when I come into a squat when I'm doing these. So don't feel like you can have to do this. That's too much. Just enough to really challenge your quad and your glute, but also our balance. Our stability. The ankles. Last one. Please don't curse my name after this class. Okay. The light, or if you feel like you can go a little bit heavier for that weird internal external rotation for the tricep, you do you. Bend the knees slightly. Come into this forward fold, hug in the navel and the ribs. Take your arms back, internal rotation, external rotation. Really engage the core. Okay, last one. And stand back up and release. Okay, back to our wood chopper. So grabbing the weight that you felt comfortable with. If you want to go up a little, you can give that a try. If you want to go down a little bit, that's always an option. I'm going to see it going up, but I'm going to change it if it doesn't feel good. Okay, toes are pointed forward, maybe a little bit wider than usual. Bring the weight in towards the chest. Reach up, let's do it in slow motion. Lift the opposite heel, exhale, bring the weight down towards the center of the body. Follow through by reaching down, okay? We want to have extended extended arms at the top and at the bottom, but not in the middle. Elbows bent in the middle. And then you can kind of explore speed and a little bit more fluidity. Turns out this little bit extra heavy weight is okay for me. And release. Okay, opposite side. I really like this exercise because your torso is really feeling challenged, but also your arms, also the upper back, also the lower back. And release. Okay. I'll put that down. Okay, goddess squat with the the goblet, left side, right side. So again, keeping your weight tucked into the chest, feet wide, toes out to the corners of the mat, sink down. And as you rise up, you're just kind of leaning and lifting a heel over to the other side. Inhale, exhale. And get a sense like that you're kind of shrink wrapping the leg, that you're lifting the heel. So when you push into the ball of the foot, I want you to feel this glute engage. I want you to feel this thigh lifting and the calf lifting. So it's not a twist, it's just a lean. Last one. And release, bring those toes forward. Bring the feet together and we'll lower that heavy weight down. The rainbow curls. So making that mental note of how heavy you want to go with these. You want to go up a little or down a little, listening to your body, being kind to yourself. Okay, lifting them up, bringing them out, lowering them down. So as we're doing this, keep the heart lifted, shoulders, no tension in the shoulders. And let's lift the navel, kneecaps, arches of the feet. Heart is lifted. Last one. And release. Okay, coming back to our standing balance stability with or without the block. And just having the chair there just in case. So maybe if you were really tippy, use a lighter weight. And see what's possible about creating balancing on this standing leg. So the toe just has to come down a few times, or maybe just hover over the block. And you're leaning forward, so this navel has to be drawn back and lifting up to support the low back. Already feeling this in my standing leg. Okay, change direction. Last one. Okay. Take some water if you need it, reconnect with the breath. And then when you're ready, setting up for the opposite side. And you might notice one side is different than the other, feels very different than the other. Okay, so pay attention to the ankle. Like if it's wibbling and wobbling, like mine is, right? That's like working on stability, right? That is perfectly fine. Okay, change direction. Last one. And release. Okay, yeah, no wonder that one was harder this time. I picked up an 8, I meant to pick up a 5. Okay. Let's come down onto the floor. And bring one of your heavy weights and some medium weights. Okay. Coming down one vertebra at a time. Plug in the knees. Just take a moment here. Just let the low back kind of sink into the floor. Breathing in and out. And just kind of acknowledging, how you meet challenge. Especially when, challenge is challenge, no matter what, on the mat, off the mat, rock a bit from side to side. Listening to your body always. And then we'll release down. So bringing that heavier weight or even 2 medium weights to the pelvis. Tuck the shoulder blades under feet or hip distance apart. Inhaling. Exhaling. Make sure your chin is slightly tucked and press into the shoulders and lift the hips up. Inhale down and exhale up. So we're going to inhale down, exhale up a little bit, inhale down, and then exhale up a lot, keeping your thighs parallel. Inhale down, exhale a little, inhale down, exhale a lot. So we'll just move through this little lift and then the bigger lift with focusing on keeping your thighs parallel. One more. And release. Of course, Hugging that weight in, rolling over to the sides, carefully placing it down, and grabbing onto those mediums. We'll take the arms up, press the low back down into the floor, knees are bent, feet are hip distance or even a little bit wider is fine. Chin is slightly tucked. So you know when we do skull crusher, usually we bend at the elbows and we lower the weight down and then we lift it up. But we're doing a lot of things on the diagonal today. So we're gonna do one at a time, diagonally down, right weight to left shoulder, and then lift it back up. Diagonally down, left weight to right shoulder, and lift it back up. And repeating. And then also assessing, okay, where am I at with what I've chosen for the weight? Am I straining? Is it too easy? Do I need to make a change? Last one. On each side, of course. Hug the elbows in, roll over, put the weight down. Grab onto your heavier weight to bring to the pelvis again. Setting up here, tuck the shoulders, tuck the chin. Thighs are parallel. Inhale. Big inhale, exhale up a little. Inhale down, exhale up a lot. Inhale down. Exhale up a little, inhale down. Exhale up a lot. Inhale down. Just a few more times. Last one. And release. Bringing that weight into the chest and rolling over. And then choosing either to keep the same weights, grabbing heavier, grabbing lighter. No right or wrong, just assessing your preference in this moment. Tuck the shoulders, tuck the chin, reach those arms up to the sky, press the low back down. Let's stay really solid in the core, diagonally, reaching one side down to one shoulder, one side to the other. So this is tricep. Right? So this muscle, if you are a golfer, needs to be really strong so you can transfer the energy from the core when you're making the swing and to follow that energy through to hit the ball. For me, this is all theoretical because I've never golfed once in my life, but I've done some reading up on it. And that's the last one. Plug them in, roll it over. Okay. Push those weights away if they're in the way. And let's just kind of dive into like this starfish pose. Take a big breath in, big breath out. On its side, maybe shake the feet, circle the wrists a bit, open and close the hands, squeeze and spread the toes. Then we'll bend the knees again, tuck the shoulders under, reach your arms up, grab onto the elbows, extend your arm over to the left as you drop your knees to the right. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Inhaling, arms back up to center, knees to center, exhaling over to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. breathing. And out. Inhaling back up to center. Let's hug the knees in. Take the feet up, knees out, happy baby. Grab onto those shins, ankles, outsides of the feet, rocking. Or extending one foot to one side and then the other. And then gradually moving the feet towards each other, knees away from each other, a little adductor stretch. We'll take the feet as wide as your mat, arms just wherever you want, and just do another little windshield wiper, focusing in on just stretching out the top of the hip there. And then releasing. And if you want to stay like in this starfish pose, like really in this position of surrender, you do you. Just surrendering to gravity, letting go of whatever it is that you need to let go, even just letting go of the effort of this practice. Letting go of judgment of the self or others. Just letting yourself be with the breath in this moment. And then you can stay as you are, or if you want to come into traditional Shavasana, it's tucking the shoulders under, palms face up. If there's any low back stuff going on, bend the knees as wide as the mat. Drop the knees in towards each other. Taking hands to the body is also an option. Breathing in. Breathing out. Letting the body rest. You know, even if you're not tired, you might want to keep on going, right? Just noticing that impulse, but really taking this moment to pause. We have challenged the body and the mind in a variety of ways today. So just allowing the body to absorb it, right? Literally down into the bones. Checking in with that voice, if there is a critical tone, seeing if you can let that go. Bringing kindness and compassion to the body, to the self. And if you find some days are more challenging than others, a really great mantra to just kind of have there when needed is, you know, we're doing the best we can. And that's enough. Slowly start to bring a little bit of movement into the toes, fingers, and the face. I'm going to invite you to lift your legs up and bring your arms up to the sky. And just wiggle the toes and the fingers. Make a little fist with your hands and nod the wrists as you point and flex the feet. Then circle the ankles and the wrist one way, nice big circles, slow intentional movement. And then change the direction. Hug in the knees. When you're ready, roll over to one side. Take all the time you need here. Oh, and then nice and easy. We'll push up into either a seated position on the floor, or if you'd like to move to a seated position on the chair, choice is yours. Maintaining this internal awareness, internal focus. Allowing for softness in the face. So if you need to scrunch it up and spread it out, go ahead. Allowing for softness at the shoulders. Let the arms be heavy. Belly is soft. And just feeling the weight of the legs. Sensing into this groundedness. Noticing the body sitting here. Breathing in and breathing out. And I'll invite you to bring your hands up to heart center. Take a moment to really and truly thank yourself for showing up, being present, exploring your limits without going beyond them. And we'll seal in with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And we'll see you soon.